What's up, you guys? Welcome to the May 10th edition of NBA 3-Ball presented by Establish the Run. I'm your host, Mike Gallagher, getting ready to break down the Sunday action, talk some Monday injury news. For those of you guys still doing championship week this week, it's going to be insane. But yeah, a lot of people have their season over. Hopefully you got some titles. I got one. A lot of 3 second places, unfortunately. I had everything go bad for me in so many leagues. But let's get to the news in this 10-minute edition. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe, please. And starting with the Wizards, big injury news is Bradley Beal is out on Monday, likely out longer with a day-to-day hamstring strain. We saw him get hurt in the final minutes of that 50-ball game. Gonna miss time. So we'll see. Obviously, Russell Westbrook is going to handle the ball a ton. He is 26, 14, and 11 per 36 without Beal in his last 15 games. Fun stat, in his last 15 games, he has the most uncontested rebounds, and the only guy even closest is Sabonis. And then he's 26th in contested rebounds. So it gets Capella, who's the top contested rebounder. That'll be fun. But besides him, obviously Rui Hachimura, we've seen him really step up into that number 2 role when called upon. He'll be really busy. Hall Neto going to get a ton of time. He'll be guarding Trae Young. Also probably have Trae Young on him, so good matchup for him with probably a lot of minutes his way. Ish Smith will see more time. See a little bit of Garrison Matthews. But yeah, obviously losing Beal, there's going to be Rui and Westbrook are going to carry this team as the Hawks defense has been slipping a little bit lately. To the Rockets, because of course, the big news is no KPJ, no timetable, probably out for the season based on what Steven Silas was saying. Interesting part is Christian Wood is questionable, as is Kelly Olynyk. So over the weekend, Steven Silas kind of lumped in Wood with KPJ, so I'd be pretty surprised if Wood plays. Kelly Olynyk probably has a good shot. I think he set out the last game because of a back-to-back. Steven Silas also had mentioned that he wants to keep kind of a cap on him, Daniel House, and DJ Augustine. Also worth noting that Cameron Oliver should be cleared for this game. He's from the Aussie League, big man, had 17 and 10 in the Aussie League. And man, over the weekend, Kyrie Thomas went off. Steven Silas talked about how he didn't even know he could handle the ball like that, and they threw more at him. Obviously, KJ Martin has been just a revelation. He'll be playing a ton of minutes regardless. Jayshawn Tate still banged up too. So, yeah, KJ, man, probably one of the big pickups in the last week. Good news for the Hawks as DeAndre Hunter will be a game-time decision. Went through a full practice on Saturday. Don't forget the Hawks have been off since Thursday. Weird schedule. So, he went through full practice. Light practice on Sunday. Should shoot around on Monday. Will be game-time call. Sounds like he's going to be good to go with a hard cap on him. Big-time talk-up. I mean, he was really one of their best players, if not the best player before he got hurt. Bogdan talked him up, and then McMillan says he wants to kind of draw up plays for him to get sets for him in the offense. He'll be guarding a lot of guys. Again, this fun Wizards game, really excited for that. But, yeah, great stuff. He'll obviously affect Tony Snell the most. A little bit of Herter and Bogdan. Herter's been really carrying a big defensive burden for them lately. Let's get to the Sunday basketball action, starting with the matinee game in Beantown. Miami blows out Boston early, but Boston makes a really nice run after Miami was so hot to start this game. Obviously, it was a Jimmy and Bam show, just totally in their offensive grooves. Bam hit big shots late, 5 of 5 from the field, 10 of 11 from the line. Probably won a lot of people their weeks. He helped me a lot in the league that I did win. But yeah, Jimmy, we know Spo is going to play Jimmy and Bam a ton, so those guys are going to have really high ceilings. They want to avoid that plan. They can just rest up then. This is certainly going to help their case a ton here, especially with the Hornets losing today. And Ariza, man, he's been really good for them. Really kind of a sneaky Jay Crowder-esque impact as he's been stepping up here. Boston drops this one. No Jaylen Brown again for the ankle injury. Also another injury with Robert Williams. That turf toe bit him again. Not great. Turf toe is something you usually got to play through. It's not looking good. He's going to probably be limited at best, possibly missing more time. They got to get him right. So, I mean, this is not good, especially if they could face the Sixers in the first round with the way things are going here. We'll see. Good news, Jason Tatum was great, and Evan Fournier, probably his best game, bucket after bucket late in this game with a 30 and 8 assist game on 11 and 16 shooting. And then Aaron Nesmith really potent up the bench with 16, as Tristan Thompson just filled all the minutes with Time Lord getting hurt. He won't see 32 minutes all the time, but you could probably pencil him in for upper 20s as we wait for Time Lord to come back. Huge win for the Knicks. Derrick Rose, hot early, finishes with 25, 8 assists, just did everything to handle most of the point guard minutes with Elfrid Payton starting, playing just 16 minutes. Reggie Bullock, great on both ends, man. I mean, 46 minutes, Tom Thibodeau special, hits 5 threes. Great game from him. He's been, man, I mean, talk about like sneaky improved players. I mean, he's got the top of the list. Obviously, Randall's going to win it, but he's been great. RJ Barrett, pretty impactful game as well. Obviously, Randall did his thing in the non-scoring categories. But yeah, I mean, the Knicks are looking pretty good for the 4th seed. Clips dropped this one. Not a lot to take away from, besides Rondo kind of getting late minutes to cut into the bigs as they kind of went a little smaller here. Kawhi and PG. Kawhi got going a little bit late, but PG, kind of a quiet game from him here. Huge win for the Pelicans in Charlotte. Star of the show here has got to be Jackson Hayes. 6 blocks, career high, 18 points. Running all over the place. Was just a man on a mission today. Was just phenomenal. Billy Hernangomez, not bad either. 9 and 16 boards, 2 steals and a block from him. Missed a couple shots early, got it going a little bit later than that one. Nickeil Alexander returned, hit a crazy 70-footer at the end of the first quarter. He looked great. Expected minutes to climb. And he saw key minutes late in this game with no Brandon Ingram and obviously no Zion. We'll see if Ingram can return for the back-to-back. I think he's out. And James Johnson saw some pretty good minutes here after that funky rotation from Stan Van Gundy against Philly. So him, Najee Marshall, Billy Hernangomez, and Jackson Hayes all look like big winners here. I think Lonzo's going to have a pretty good game today. Hornets kind of choked this one away. Lots of takeaways. Terry Rozier, career-high 43, had a last-second 3 that didn't matter score for the win-loss anyways. But, yeah, 43, maybe he swung some matchups. That'd be crazy. But, yeah, huge game from him. Certainly no Devontae Graham helped him. LaMelo Ball was really humming early. Missed some free throws that proved really costly for him. Jalen McDaniels lost a lot of playing time as they went pretty much straight 5-man with Cody Zeller, who played great. 17 and 8 for him. Biyombo also 3 blocks, didn't score, but I thought he played pretty well overall. But yeah, these guards are going to be really carrying them. You could definitely cut McDaniels. Monk also has just been such a roller coaster. Mavs drop 124 on the Cavs. Luka gets ejected for a flagrant foul, not a tech, so he will not be suspended yet. Keep an eye on that. Josh Richardson was really good with 20, but man, Tim Hardaway Jr. just can't miss. Really, since Kristaps went down, he's had great splits without Kristaps coming in, and he just keeps making everything. So yeah, definitely a hot pickup if you picked him up in a shallow league. Dwight Powell also magnificent game from him. 4 blocks, great matchup. The Cavs are really vulnerable to big men, so he definitely took advantage of that as well. Still no Darius Garland, so Colin Sexton chucks. We get Kevin Love back, and they still start Dean Wade in a bigger lineup as Isaac Okoro was at the 2. Really nothing to take away from this one. We'll see how they respond in a back-to-back against the Pacers in a high-scoring game. So should be a fun game to stack there. Wolves, unfortunately, get another win. Stop winning, Wolves. D'Angelo and Cat, nothing really to take away from them. They've just been magnificent. They have really good offensive numbers when they play together. Rubio, pretty solid in that 2-point guard lineup. Anthony Edwards shooting the ball much better. Really doing a lot more on the stat sheet. Playing his best ball of the season right now. So that's awesome to see. Magic just get totally smacked. Really nothing to take away from here. RJ Hampton's just playing great. That's really the only thing I could say about this team right now. Bulls get the win here. That Kobe White-Levine thing has been working out lately. Vooch also had a really good game against a really weak front court right now. Thaddeus Young gets the start for no Daniel Tice. Certainly handles his minutes okay. Doesn't really do much in the stat sheet. But yeah, the Wolves are hanging in there, kind of hurting their lottery odds with these late season wins. Pistons do pull the tank here as they rest most of their guys. We saw some Killian Hayes next to Saban Lee minutes, quite a few of them, because Frank Jackson got hurt, did not return. Probably going to miss time, we'll see. We know Sadiq Bey is going to chuck. This is really close for the bottom 3 and the tank standings, so I'm expecting a lot of rest for the Pistons as we finish up the season. Going to leave the late games for the solo pod, so let's talk some ads for most of the day here. Jackson Hayes, Billy Hernangomez at the top of the list. Just too good to pass up. I know Steven Adams can come back. But I think Jackson Hayes will find playing time. We know they play him at the 4 sometimes. So without Zion, he should be able to find minutes regardless. Same thing with Hernangomez to a degree. He'll get the backup minutes. I think they can coexist. And yeah, pick him up and see what happens. RJ Hampton, I think he's probably already been picked up, but just writing him in here for sure. James Johnson, pretty solidified. Same with Najee Marshall. I think Killian Hayes probably deserves more love. He's probably owned, but I think he's playing well. Could have a strong season. Really had a great game today. Minutes are up. Getting point guard, combo guard minutes right now. That should really be helpful. Dwight Powell has really played well, so he should have a really nice finish to the season. KP may not be back for most of the regular season. Cody Zeller, I think, may have earned a consistent role here. Aaron Nesmith also finds playing time, more of a stream, and same thing for Saban Lee. That's it. Catch you for the solo pod.